The views expressed in the following podcast have been completely improvised from nothing. They do not reflect the views of our employers, spouses, friends, or that improv comedy troupe we paid earlier.
Not that they realized the money was fake.
No, it's always yes. You always have to say yes.
Yes.
Your mileage may vary. We talked about this. Welcome to Two and Change. The people are real, the drinking is real, and the opinions, unfortunately, are also real.
Very real.
On today's show, we are completely improvising today's show because we've got some news for you.
Welcome, everyone, to the final installment of Two and Change. This is the Endgame.
This is the Endgame. No, this is... This isn't a joke. This isn't a joke, people.
No.
We've decided that we are going to move on to a few other projects.
Yep.
Mike and I and Josh are going to be looking at doing another show, so we hope to have some news on about that in the near future.
Keep an eye on Two and Change's Twitter feed, which we'll keep active to announce for that, I suppose.
But we're going to spend the show improvising, reminiscing, and
drinking,
and enjoying.
And drinking.
Did you guys know that I was...
Do your thing first.
Oh, yes.
This is still an official show.
This is still an official show.
What is your name?
Well, this is Josh, and I am drinking the best kind of Black Bush Irish whiskey. And on the mediocre scale, it is a 7. I actually quite like this. This is good.
Nice.
And you know what? In honor of Two and Change Endgame, I am going back to the Glenlivet 12. It's the first whiskey I ever drank. So it feels very nostalgic. Also, you had maybe about 4 shots worth left in your liquor cabinet, so I'm polishing it off for you tonight.
Nice. Thank you.
You're very welcome.
You're very welcome. Now replace that with a Glenlivet 21 the next time you buy the bottle, all right? Damn it. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
Choosing beggars there. Yes, okay. And of course, this is Tim. I'm also drinking a little bit of Black Bush because, hey, why not?
When you're in the bush, you drink black.
That's right.
I wonder if Barbara
Something like
Bush
that.
ever knew about the Black Bush.
I don't know.
That whole family.
So anyway, what I can tell you is, breaking the fourth wall a little bit. Now, we've always had a very candid conversation. We've always been very honest in our opinions that we express on the show. One thing that we have mentioned on the show before, the whole idea behind this show is that we were at a pub once. We're at Chaucer's here in London, and we decided, we were having a conversation, I think at the time, about bank fees or something. And at one point, we were just like,
overdraft fees.
We were like, this is a fantastic thing. We should really be recording this. So we started doing that. Now,
And then nobody listened.
Since then, we have actually, breaking the fourth wall a little bit, we have not once done a completely improv show. Every single one, we've at least had a jumping off point that we've planned beforehand before we started recording.
Yeah, even the first one.
Yeah,
With
the first
Trudeau
one.
Socks. We
Yeah,
had an
Justin
idea.
Trudeau
we
socks.
did a jumping off point.
Every
We did,
single time. We have always had at least one jumping off point. Tonight, our jumping off point is literally, this is the last show. What are we going to talk about? We're
a damn
actually
thing.
going to go back to the Chaucer's
Banking
pub.
fees.
We're going to go
Banking
back to the
fees.
Chaucer's pub, and we're just going to talk about whatever the hell is on our mind.
Hey, I learned, by the way, that there is still now I don't know if it's anymore, but at least up into the late 60s, early 70s, there was a bank that still was able to, because it existed before the treasury laws, was able to write its own banknotes.
Really?
What?
Yeah. I was
Like
reading
here
an
in Canada.
autobiography about Warren Buffett, and I'm like 3/4 of the way through of it, and he's in their chat, and Warren Buffett was obsessed that he could have like his own like banknote that wasn't the US banknote. It was, and I can't even think of the name of the bank right now. It's some bank I've never heard of, but yeah, it could still issue its own actual like currency. It was the only other bank that maybe still can do it.
Well, here's the thing. In a world where fractional reserve banking is a thing, it's true that the banks cannot literally print money, but they can digitally create it anyway.
Yes, but they can literally print money.
Yes.
They can have Warren Bucks.
Warren Bucks. I love that. That's
Basically,
great.
yeah.
Okay, so if you guys could make your own currency, what would you print on it? What's on your bill? What's on your $100 bill of the currency of Josh, currency of Tim? What's on it?
Well, that's a good question.
Don't say your own face because it's
Giant black dildos.
Yeah.
Well, if you're going to get fucked by monetary...
Exactly. Thank you, Tim. And honestly, no, really, like it would be something completely and utterly obscene.
Yeah.
It would be because
That doesn't surprise me about you.
I want my
I
money.
want-
I want my money passed around, and where the money where cash is king. I want it passed around to the cocaine lords.
gonna say
and
at
all
the strip
stuff.
clubs, right?
Yeah, right. Like, I mean,
Oh,
nobody
man.
uses cash anywhere else
I
anymore.
want to violate several obscenity laws just by going to the liquor store with my money.
I want to pay the kids' school trip in your own currency.
Wow.
That would be a little
lunch money,
awkward.
kids.
See, and mine would just be emblazoned with taxation as theft. I don't know what's wrong with you two.
Well, yours would just be like gold nuggets.
No. I don't believe in the gold standard.
Bitcoins.
I do not believe in the gold standard. I have more faith in Bitcoin than I do in the gold standard, which is weird.
Yeah, I guess my money I'd have to put, I don't know, I'd probably put like Gene Roddenberry on it.
Ooh, I like that.
Roddenbucks.
Yeah, Roddenbucks. Yep.
Just for the name.
Exactly. Yeah.
I'd put like
and underneath it, you'd have to say something like, I don't know,
good
gold-
for
gold
for
pressed
one
platinum?
Yep, there we go. Gold pressed platinum.
gold
yes.
pressed platinum.
Anyway, what's on your money
What's on my money?
besides taxation? Is it Ayn Rand or
Well, I would say
Rand Paul?
I don't know. Like,
Right.
it's got to be something that's. I mean, if you look at all the currencies around the world today, there's currency that is basically filled with poetic kind of understandings of what identifies the people. So I would need to know who the people are that are using my currency.
Just don't do what
I
Australia
think we
recently did.
know. I think we know what the kind of people using your currency are.
Okay, all right, fine. Guns, pot hookers, and blow. All right, that's what's on my currency.
When crazy
So
people,
Bitcoin.
maybe crazy people who live in the mountains.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, one or two of them. Yeah,
This isn't real money. It will be real enough soon.
exactly. Yeah.
Time will tell.
exactly. Yep.
When we take over the government, this will be worth millions.
Don't do what Australia just did. They printed $46 million
Yeah,
in
with a
banknotes.
typo.
And the best part is the typo get the word.
Oh no, it wasn't 46 million in banknotes. It was 46 million banknotes.
Really?
Sorry, yes.
It's billions
And
of
hang on,
dollars.
did
with a
they
typo.
catch the typo before
No.
they circulated the money?
No.
It's out there.
Yeah.
It's been out there for like 6 months.
And all of the money collectors in the world rejoice because
get-
those are going to be worth bank later.
Get this though. Guess what the word was that was misspelled?
failure.
Responsibility.
Now I'm curious how they spelt it.
They missed an I. It's
Responsibility.
Responsibility.
Responsibility. That's amazing.
Oh yeah, the responsibility, mate.
See, it's not even
I still
auto.
can't do-
That's not even an autocorrect failure. That's like just a straight up typo.
Somebody fucked up.
They
That's
don't-
amazing.
You realize they don't type anything when they make money. It's not like you go to Kinko's and get it printed off. There's like a
See, like,
engraving.
I know a few money collectors myself personally who like collect different usually
That would really change the whole premise of the movie. Catch Me If You Can. If
Right.
you just go to Kinko's and make
like there's
dollar bills.
one of the primary things that I know from the money collectors that I know is that whenever you have like a misprint or something, see the way that this works is that a serial number on a currency bill can only be printed once. Like, you know what? I think I've actually got something here with me. If I were to look at what have I got here, I've got a $5 Canadian bill. It's got a picture of Wilfrid Laurier. Sir Wilfrid Laurier.
Why do
on
you have
it.
him dressed up like Spock?
Because I wanted to.
Why is he wearing a skirt?
If you're looking closely, every Canadian bill has got this serial number on it, right? We got HPV, whatever jumble of numbers.
HPV.
Yeah, HPV.
Your $5 bill is HPV.
Not kidding.
Where have you been going?
Not kidding. HPV 35
I know where we're
90
going after this.
418. And so we've got this. Now, here's the thing. This means that this bill was printed correctly the first time. However,
With HPV.
Hang on. A serial number can only be printed once. So every once in a while, the printer at the Canadian Mint jams, and this bill would be like, half of Wilfrid Laurier's face would be on the side of it, and the next half would be on the next thing. So when that happens, they toss out all the bills, but they have to reprint that currency, but they can't use that same serial number. Every once in a while, you'll find a Canadian bill where the serial number, the first three letters, have been replaced with a bunch of X's instead.
Huh.
And those are very rare.
And those are the
'cause
ones you have to take to the strip club.
Those
So,
are.
so the HPV would be replaced with triple X.
I think 2 X's actually.
Canada's
if I'm
dirty.
not wrong, if I'm not wrong, it's 2 X's. So they replace it with that, and like those bills are very rare.
Dirty money.
And a lot of
Is it-
lot of collectors try and get those.
Is it an urban legend or is it true that there's like a trace amount of cocaine on like almost every $100 bill?
I think
American currency.
yeah.
I
In
think it's
fact,
true.
And 35% of American currency was also recently estimated to be positive for E. coli bacteria. So just in case you were,
all those rich people wiping their ass with their
I'm telling you, man, it's crazy. Yep, E. coli bacteria is crazy. Well, yeah, wash your hands, America. Come on. Yeah.
So actually it's funny. So let's so maybe it would be kind of appropriate then we are talking about the very first topic that spurred us into Two and Change.
Justin Trudeau's socks? Oh, bank fees.
bank fees.
All right.
I've actually come around to almost to your point on this one.
Tim, you've come around to my point on this one, and I've lessened, but I'm still pretty strong. Like NSF fees, I vehemently disagree. I think it's a poor tax.
It's worse than a poor tax.
think-
The poor tax chance card charges you $15. This one's 45, 48. I don't even know what it is.
keeps going up.
Well, so this is where I stand in it. The one, while I do believe the bank doesn't owe you a free loan,
Yeah.
I'm not going to change my mind on that. But at the same time, we need to do a better job. It's sort of like say your cell phone, right? Like overage fees
Yep.
and like things like that, right?
Yep.
I think the banks could potentially do a better job
Yep.
of alerting their customers to overage charges and making a clearer disclosure. So basically, more consumer knowledge. That's the way I would tackle it. It's I don't think the bank's necessarily wrong to charge the fee, but I think banks could do. And keep in mind, as with everything to change, this is simply my opinion only.
Yeah.
Those of you who know what I do for a living, understand.
Yes. So
That's a great reference back to the first episode where we do it as to what you do for a living.
And here's my piece. A fee, a minor fee. Sure, it is inconvenience. It does have some sort of cost to it on a large scale. When you're talking about a large bank, there's gonna be just economies of scale. Like something costs you 5 cents, it's gonna cost you like $10 million as a line item, right? So I understand that, but it doesn't cost you $48 every time somebody.
Well,
per
no,
tracking.
it's also
Like,
a
that is-
disincentivization for you to go into over.
No.
That's
No,
what it's there for.
that even I'm calling bullshit on. This is a libertarian now coming out against corporations saying no, bullshit. Because it is not the corporation's job to disincentivize someone to take better care of their money.
Sure it
the
is.
bank's job is not to teach someone else how to handle their money better.
Well,
And
then why
an NSF
disclose
fee-
anything at all?
And an NSF fee is not intended to educate anybody. That's not what it's for. Like, I will be the first one to stand up and say, yes, the NSF fee is a profit margin thing.
Of
That
course.
is absolutely what that is. It is not intended for anything else.
Well, I mean, it's also to incentive. Well, here's the thing, right? The NSF fee is there to incentivize you to get a lending product from the bank. That's what it's there for.
See, and that is evidence that the entire checking account system is kind of broken in the first place. So here's the thing. If I wanted to purchase something for, I don't know, $300, let's say, a month's worth of groceries for 3 people, or in my case, because I have 6 children, $300 a week's worth of groceries, whatever. And I go there and I take out my debit card, and suppose there's not $300 in my checking account. I put my debit card on the thing, and what does it do? It declines the transaction.
Not always.
Because
not always. Depends on the way the bank is
and
set up.
that is the part that's bullshit. That
No,
right
hold
there.
on a sec. So
Because
some banks
it should
have an
just
opt-in.
say no.
No, but some banks allow you to opt into those transactions, and it's a fully opt-in process.
But at some point, the fact that if I have not
I
enough
think
money in my account, if I have non-sufficient funds in my account to cover a debit transaction, and it will eventually simply decline the transaction, yet if it's a pre-authorized payment, for some reason, it puts the payment through, then charges it back, then dings me 40 whatever
I
dollars.
think there might be some more regulatory things that can be done there, as much as I'm loath to admit that. But at the same time, I think it's not. So I go back to the overall philosophy. It's not the bank's obligation to give you a free loan.
No.
But that being said, they may not want to make it so easy.
Usually NSF fees though are usually on something that's like auto withdrawal, and somebody just didn't make enough that month.
And
right,
but, that's exactly it. An auto
that's
withdrawal
not the bank's
is there
fault.
not? There is one line of computer code that you could write that would be like, this auto withdrawal is coming in. Is there enough money in the account? No, there is not. Decline the transaction. Done.
But
That's,
but here's the thing with banking systems. We picture like big high tech modern things.
no, I
but
picture
the
smoke signals effectively.
That's
The only
in
excuse
essence
for
what
these
a lot of it
NSF
is.
fees. The only excuse for these
that's what a
NSF
lot of
fees
it-
is that our technology is so badly broken.
Well, and this is
It's not broken. It's just designed.
Old.
It's old, but old doesn't necessarily mean bad. Old in many cases is still rock solid.
It doesn't mean
just
it doesn't mean that absconds it from criticism, right?
Yep.
Like,
No, absolutely.
and that's my larger point. Is like, and it like I said, I don't necessarily have a problem with NSF fee in and of itself. I just can't justify $48, $45 because it's not like it happens one time. Like some poor slut loses his job, right, by no fault of his or her own, and they have all these automatic withdrawals, which many of the things they have to have it just to have it, like insurance. Good luck getting insurance without auto withdrawal.
Yep.
And they miss it and they can't stop it in time because the bank is so slow.
Yep.
So now you have all these auto withdrawals come out, and it's not once, it's every single thing. $45, $48, and then, or sometimes they'll miss it by one, get an automatic withdrawal, and it drops their bank account a little bit, and then every single thing is an NSF because it comes out in a row. So they don't get one, they get 7 NSFs, and then the next thing that comes in, they can't get it because they had now $350 short.
If you were slightly broke before, boy, are you ever broke now? I'll tell you.
I would say that banks do a good job of reacting to things. Most banks do, because if you're okay. So let's take that instance. If you're the poor slob that just lost their job, otherwise stellar record with your bank account.
Yeah.
I guarantee you call into the bank, those fees are gone. But here's the thing. Here's the interesting thing. Now, if you're the person that lives habitually in overdraft, chances are they're going to be a little less merciful.
That's fair, but at the same time, like you said that you're okay with the NSF fee.
But that's reactive. Yeah, but you guys are talking about more proactive, and I think there are proactive measures that could be taken.
And Josh, you mentioned that you were okay with an NSF fee. I can't believe that I'm on the other side of this from you here, because yours is almost more
you get more common ground than you think. This is like 2 years of common ground.
Like, this is all of us talking to each other for almost 2 years, coming closer into the middle.
To me, a fee is something, and this is a very libertarian position. A fee has to be something that is given for a service rendered. I don't see any service rendered through the NSF fee.
The transaction was processed.
But
it shouldn't have been. But that's just it. The transaction should not have been processed because there wasn't enough money there. We're going to pretend there was enough.
Okay, well, we're getting to the point where we're going to take a quick break.
Yeah.
When we come back, we can either keep talking about this. Oh, hey, it's improvised. We can talk whatever the hell we want.
We can do anything we like.
We'll be right back.
Strippers and blow.
Liquor and whores. Liquor and whores. Welcome back to the second half of 2 and Change. Hey guys, you know what time it is?
It's Tool time.
It's, well, technically Weekly What the Fuck, but Weekly What the Fuck, the Googled edition. So,
because we're now doing a research on the fly.
Oh, I left my phone downstairs, so I can just make stories up.
Nice.
Actually, no. So Taylor sent me a Florida man. So, listeners, you know how this works. We find all the weirdest, wackiest, and wildest news for you. So you don't have to. It's our way of giving back to the community. So first up, actually, our friend Taylor sent us another one. So scrolling down, I'm in here. There's a link. Send to, wait, what?
Tim, newsflash everyone, Tim can't use his phone.
Yeah.
He can do advanced data analytics.
The guy does advanced data analytics, and he runs Python and C++ and JavaScript.
Look at the phone.
Yeah.
Where's the story? There is no story. Taylor, resend the story. Some shit about Florida and alligators and some...
And he chucked the beer bottle into the alligator's mouth, and it never hit the ground. Something like that. Pew pew,
okay.
bang bang.
Okay,
Florida.
First result. The Florida man arrested for I eat ass sticker might sue the sheriff's office. BuzzFeed News.
Oh my dear Lord. You don't even need a story. I think the headline was enough. Like,
this is the story of a man fighting for his right to tell the world he eats ass. Updated on May 10th from BuzzFeed.
It's a proud, noble tradition.
Yeah, that is amazing. So it's literally a picture of a Florida man with "I eat ass" on the back of his windscreen on his truck, because of course it's a truck. It's
of course it's
what's Florida?
It's a truck that has never pulled a trailer since it was manufactured. That's what that is.
It's not going to be a Nissan. It's not going to be a Nissan Leaf. Let's be honest here. He's like, how is this not derogatory?
Toyota Yaris.
Amazing.
Is it Yaris or Yaris?
Oh, okay. So a deputy pulled him over, and he's just complaining about it. So how's that derogatory? Webb asks. How is it not derogatory? The deputy responds. Some 10-year-old little kid sitting in his passenger seat of his mama's vehicle looks over and sees "I eat ass" and asks his mom to explain it. How is she going to explain that?
Asked his mom to explain it?
That's the parent's job, not my job, Florida man responded.
Are you kidding?
And it was at that point he was issued a summons. Oh, I love Florida man. What else we got?
I would love to be a fly in the courtroom of that one. Like, yes, Your Honor, I eat ass proudly on my truck.
Yeah.
And what's your reasoning for that, sir?
Freedom.
Well, I like to eat ass.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, he does have the right to freedom of expression. I don't know where I land on this one, to be honest. Does the guy have the right to display I eat
You're
ass?
a libertarian. Of course he has the right.
Of course he has the
You
right.
don't even want license plates on the truck.
I don't want license plates. I think license plates are a draconian controlling government institution.
And that's all the time we have for weekly.
Shut up, Tim. Come on.
I thought they were supposed to be
Don't send
collectively owned by the state.
Don't send your submission to us because we're not going to be doing anything with them for a while. But if you have a funny Florida man story, hey, actually, I'm thinking of doing a little Florida man project. So if you got Florida man specific stories, Taylor, please keep sending them to me.
And this is a good time to point out that if there is no Florida man story to submit, please do not behave like Florida man in order to create a story to send
and
to us.
if you do,
Make
please
sure it's
record
on
it.
YouTube.
Yeah, if you do, wear a body cam at the time because we kind of want to see that.
And
And if you're a sovereign citizen, please,
Yes,
please
send us
record
all the
that.
sovereign citizen things.
I do not commit to joinder with you, sir. I do not consent. Zap, zap. I am not a fascist at all, but watching a sovereign citizen getting zapped with a taser is it's entertaining.
So being on the libertarian end of the spectrum, I can tell you that I also think sovereign citizens are idiotic. It's one of those things where, like,
What's my redress, sir?
but let's put it this way: I feel like
You're suing the identity
Yes.
of Two and Change.
Exactly.
I am the person
Yes.
of Two and Change.
which is a different thing, and therefore I don't have to owe you any money. I feel like it's one of those things where I don't have.
I did not consent to joinder with you, so therefore, how can you sue?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, crazy. Oh man.
I too like to make up things.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. I do not consent because I do not recognize this courtroom's
and
jurisdiction because it has a gold whatever flag in the courtroom.
No, Josh, you did a little paralegal stuff back in the day. I mean,
I never came across a sovereign citizen and
that's too bad.
I missed the chance.
talk to Rob about those.
I
We
have
found a topic for the new show.
I have run across some stupid people.
Yeah.
I did have to represent somebody who was a paralegal who basically tried to scam, and basically the guy was trying to scam out his landlord. It was just terrible.
Is
And
this the guy who started a business with us?
no.
Whatever happened to that? I know something that's been dissolved.
Yeah, I think so.
yes.
Appropriately
thank
so.
Appropriate is all. Anyways, this guy was trying to scam and basically had a whole history of stuff, and I had to represent this at the last minute and drive down to Sarnia, and I had like no time to repair it. I'm trying to like read notes while driving down the 402 when it's snowstorm. It was not
Disclaimer: please do not look at your phone while driving.
yeah, don't do as I say, not as I do.
Exactly.
Anyways, so I'm driving and I go to represent, and my argument was like just destroyed. But basically, my argument was, well, thinking on my feet, I'm like I could see the smirk on the adjudicator's face. Yeah, and he goes, my argument was, well, past performance doesn't necessarily show future performance. So past does not necessarily.
Oh, you've sold
predict
investments,
that's
haven't you?
Does not necessarily predict future behavior. And he looks at me and I'm like, not in my experience, son.
Oh, that's great.
It's not my fault. You're very pretty, and it's been a while.
Exactly.
He was like, I appreciate your argument, but that's just not.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's more or less.
I have to put up an argument. What do you want from me?
It's my legal obligation to try to defend this dumbass as best as I can come up with.
Aren't you
He's
supposed
guilty
to, aren't you
as
supposed
shit.
to
What am I
preface that?
supposed to do?
Aren't you supposed to preface that with a statement? My client would wish to inform the court that it's not like the disclaimer to the judge that it's like a hidden message to the judge. Be like, I think this guy's an idiot.
Oh no!
You should
The
say-
fact that I was like half like properly dressed and had like two pieces of paper and nothing else on me to represent this case was good enough.
I'm picturing half dressed, like shirt tying, nothing else.
Nothing at all.
That's right.
Yeah, no.
Stupid, sexy Flanders.
That's right.
Yeah, it was a winter storm, and I just like only had underwear up. That's it. Like
Amazing. Yeah,
I remember being in your car when you're working at that office downtown and scraping it off with like what was like. So you know how it frosts on the inside. So this is like particularly bad winter.
It's not supposed to frost on the inside.
Oh no, it did.
His car did.
My car did. My car no longer did frost on the outside and sort of like it. It was thicker frost on the inside somehow.
So that means that the seal was broken. Like I've just dealt with this with my van
Was
because the
this
seal
the
broke.
Tercel or was this the Mountaineer?
No,
this is the Mountaineer.
This is the car that was finally a total loss. That I'm so
the
happy.
Versa,
It was the
yeah.
Versa that I'm totally happy because it's been a lemon since I got it.
There you go. Nice.
There's only one person I know who's had more cars than me, and that's you. I love it.
Well, hang on. My family went through like 12 Geo Metros before they finally stopped being manufactured. Yeah.
I throwing it out there.
Yeah.
I think I see the problem.
Well,
Geo Metros.
Geo Metro. Yeah, that's.
Well, hang on. I say Geo
Then
Metro,
again, they're
Geo
Toyota
Metro,
Tercels,
Suzuki
right?
Swift, Pontiac Firefly. It was all the same car. Like literally, if you pop the hood on those
It's
things,
a Toyota Tercel.
actually, it's all
That's what-
Suzuki Swift.
That's one.
If you look at the engine,
all of
them were
those
Suzuki
are
Swift
one
engines.
step above a Matchbox car, man. Like
More
it's,
or less.
it's
They were
basically-
disposable.
So remember your guys'
reviewed them and
Tercel
treated-
is basically the same thing.
I love
Growing
that
up,
I like the
Tercel.
Tercel.
Growing up, we
Yeah.
reviewed
Being in the
them
back of that
and
thing. Oh,
treated them
God.
like they were disposable. That's exactly what they were. And I mean, like
I remember my first time in the backseat
wrecked
of
a
that
few of them.
Tercel.
Yeah, you would remember that, Tim.
I'm sure. Wait, are you talking about something that you two did together?
Well, we weren't together. No.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, see, because there's actually a report that I recently received.
I would say, if I know your wife really well,
Ha.
so I can't say anything.
Ha.
Ha.
Ha. The Tercel was a cool car though. It used to get robbed all the time. Yeah,
Really?
that was, yeah.
Why would someone break into the Tercel?
Because it's easily break-inable.
Okay.
Well, we did. And actually, that's what
Break-inable.
break-inable, my friend.
It's
That is-
break-inable.
That is a Googleable word.
It is now.
It's a perfectly criminal word.
That is-
exactly.
That word's got the 2 and change bump. All
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, that's right. Break-inable.
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 Break-in-
You're getting the 2 and change bump.
That's right.
We never got around to doing like a graphic or a
I don't
noise
think
for that.
a word bubble or something, a word cloud. I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah.
All right. So gonna hijack the conversation. We got about 10 minutes left in the show,
do,
guys.
yeah.
Or
10 minutes left.
It's the last show. We can do whatever the fuck we want.
Yeah,
So,
10 minutes left. So basically, what this means is
The
that
last 10 minutes is going to be just nothing but like whale sex and then me just saying a whale's vagina over and over again.
that's more or less how that goes. Yeah.
Well, okay, one sec. So I don't know. What do you think you've I guess learned?
Are you asking me what I've learned from the show?
What have we've been doing this
I've
show
learned that
for
something
almost
about-
2 years now.
talking to the mic.
What I've learned,
Yes.
what I've learned from the
Fuck.
two of you is that there's, and I still don't know what it is, but there's something about the way that I speak that makes my pop screen look disgusting, and both of yours is still fine.
Yeah, I'm burning your pop screen.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Like, I talk just as much as you guys do.
Like I've got a fresh one sitting there, and I'm still not putting it on there until we're done.
But what the hell? Like, why?
You're getting the dollar store pop screens from now on.
These are basically the equivalent of the
I do not
pop screens.
spit when I talk. I do not speak louder than the two of you. Like, what's going on? Why is my pop screen gross?
Okay, so he's learned that he's got apparently some gross way of speaking.
What we've learned is that the libertarian needs to brush his teeth more often.
Libertarian doesn't believe in brushing teeth. It's part of the
Teeth
government.
brushing is part of a
agenda.
government propaganda campaign.
They put fluoride in the water.
Due to that socialist health care saying that I need to brush my teeth. Fluoride.
The free market will sort out if I get a cavity or not.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, don't even. Just don't.
What were you saying about sovereign citizen logic?
Amazing.
All right, no, seriously. Okay, well, maybe I'll start off with what I've learned. Okay,
Yeah, tell me.
It's odd that I've actually found myself pulled like. I no longer really describe myself as a moderate or a centrist, really, because I just learned that there are certain issues I'm one way on, there's certain issues I'm another way on. It's like if I average them out, yeah, I'm probably somewhere, left of center or center. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, I find that I don't think there is such a thing as right wing or left wing. I mean, I think there's just a collection of issues you feel a certain way about, and that's I think that's kind of where I sit.
If you're open to analysis on that, I would suggest that you are probably socially liberal and fiscally more conservative and average to about center, which, by the way,
I'd say that's a fair.
By the way, welcome to libertarianism.
I would disagree on that statement, but
I'm sure you would.
I think I come to a similar conclusion and sort of learned the same thing. But it's not that I didn't know that before. Like I always knew that, individual issues or complex issues have complex answers, and there's no like definitive you sit on one area and one left, right, or center. But I think it's more of coming to talking about the stuff, over a year and a half, literally every week, the issues of the day. It's sort of realizing that on a practical level that these things really do have complex answers, and you really when you have to when you're challenged your thoughts every single day, you really have to come to either defend what you believe or change your opinion. And sometimes you find yourself in places that you didn't expect to think about things. And I know that's been the case on a few things. And I would say I've shifted in some ways more, and then become more entrenched in other ways than I ever thought I would over a year and a half. So it's really been an interesting roller coaster ride, oddly enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Yeah.
And my liver hurts.
Yeah, I was just gonna say I've actually learned that rye whiskey is drinkable. That's what I've learned.
Other than that, I haven't learned a goddamn thing.
No, I can tell you. So here's the thing.
Other than that, I like whiskey.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, no, what I can tell you is that I have learned there's a lot of things that I've learned from the show. One of the things that I think I'm most proud of is that I have learned that the absence of common ground politically, ideologically, socially, or philosophically is not necessarily a precursor to friendship. I found that I genuinely enjoyed all the time that we spent. I don't remember ever walking away from the show going, "Man, I hate those two guys." That's never happened. I feel like I've never once felt offended by a viewpoint that's held by somebody else, and that's been a refreshing experience for me. To me, is the ability to encounter someone who does view things differently than I do, but to walk away feeling not only respectful of their opinion, but also to feel like my viewpoint has also been respected, has been incredibly valuable.
I've learned to not hate the person, but hate the idea.
There you go.
I can.
Hated you, Mike.
Yeah, like I can respect you. I didn't have to respect what the fuck you said.
There you go. There. See?
And I think maybe
that's been the premise of the whole show. That's been the whole point.
I mean, I hate to go like a friendship is magic kind of thing, but I mean that's kind of what it is. I mean, the friendship is really friendship not predates, but it's like it's an overarching thing. It's you can be friends with somebody and have vehement disagreements with the way that they think sometimes, or the way that they act, or
I mean, none of us are part of the like Ku Klux Klan or something batshit crazy like that.
I mean,
there are certain things. There is a
You're
lot.
an anti-vaxxer. I tell you, get the fuck out of my house.
There are no Ku Klux Klan people. there are no anti-vaxxers here. There are no there's a certain number of there's an element here of, within the realms of reason. Yeah, I mean, the ability for people to have diverse political opinions and still come together at the end of the day, I think it's a beautiful thing. That's what I've learned.
So I guess for me is...
meanwhile, I still pray for both your souls in church every single Sunday.
We need all the help we can get. What can I say?
Thank you for playing to Lord Vishnu.
Hey there, Cthulhu.
You can when you're an atheist, you get to make fun of all the religions.
Right?
It's the best.
And you don't have to do shit on any particular day.
No, exactly.
You don't have to not eat on certain days, or you don't have to it's great.
Exactly.
I've come around.
I eat pig, shellfish, and cow. It's fantastic.
I eat pig, shellfish.
I
don't eat shellfish. I eat shellfish.
I
do not eat shellfish because they're objectively disgusting. But pigs, cow, absolutely. I'll eat all that stuff.
No,
and fish too.
I guess for me, when we started to and change, I don't think we sort of envisioned where it was going to go, what it was going to do. Our first night was just sort of drunken ranting into one microphone that I didn't know quite how to operate at that point.
We had a very lousy equalizer at the time.
We had a lousy, and we invested a little bit, and to be fair, I mean, we still have the same technology, like we built up the studio, everything like that, but for me, I guess if there's one thing I hope we accomplish is actually something, Josh, that Colleen, you said, your wife had mentioned, that what is the show about? Why? It's important that we understand why we do the show. So a few months ago we started with Mike saying what the point of the show is. Is that exactly what Mike was saying? Is that you can have different opinions with other people, but they can still be your friends. You can still have a respectful dialogue with other people, even though you disagree. And I think the message is, in this day and age, it's so important because it's so easy to go on social media, to be in the echo chamber, I hate what's going on. Fuck this. And there's a bit of out-venting that needs to happen there. But at the same time, if you don't have a conservative friend, if you don't have a liberal friend, if you don't have a centrist friend, then
Go make
how
one.
do you go make one?
Yeah.
How do you know? Like how do you know that?
How do you truly know that Mike is wrong?
Exactly. Well, I mean, shut the hell up. But that's not necessarily wrong. I mean, has your position ever been really challenged?
Yeah.
Have you actually sat down with somebody who's actually really thought out their position and had that tough conversation?
Yeah.
Have you, like, in Josh, to your point, in some cases, your position sometimes gets more entrenched, and hey, that's okay.
Yeah.
It is perfectly okay for you to reinforce your own position by hearing the other argument and go, fuck that.
Yeah.
No, I think that's fine. And for me, the biggest outcome of the show is that we were always really good friends, and Josh, you were one of my best friends before, but now I feel like I've got two best friends.
Yeah, for sure.
And I feel that it's for me, it's sad that we're going to be not doing this every single week, but I think that we'll announce it in the future, in the near future. But we've got
Two and Change might be dead, but You Had Me at Beer Studios is not at all finished, ladies and gentlemen.
Not at all. We have some projects. I think what it was is just the weekly pace was getting to us. So
Burnout's a real thing, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you take care of yourselves.
And we wanted to do something more thoughtful.
Yeah.
We didn't want to just do something out of habit. We want to do something that was thoughtful. And that's what you're going to see next, folks.
Believe it or not, penis jokes can get old. I mean,
well,
no,
no,
they don't.
but-
Okay, well, hold on.
You want to see a penis joke? Look in the mirror, Josh.
Okay, penis jokes never get old, but when
The delivery of them can
they don't grow as much
Speaking
over
of
time.
shellfish penises, the largest penis in the world actually belongs to a mollusk by body weight.
Okay, I was going to say, isn't the blue whale a mammal?
Yeah, but by proportion of
It's
body
the
size,
walrus,
there's like
isn't it?
No, there's like some clam. It's like 7, like those little barnacles that go on the side of the ship or something. Apparently, like their penis is like 7 times longer than their body.
Have you ever seen a snapping turtle's dick? Like those things are.
It's not 7 times bigger than it.
Okay, fair. Yeah, okay, fair enough. That's fine.
That is massive. That's
actually very large.
That is.
Yeah. That's almost as large as me.
That's 72 feet.
Could you
worth
imagine
of-
if a
worth of
male
dong.
human had a dick that was 7
70
times its size?
Yeah, a 72-inch dong. I'm not really sure
All right.
how that would work.
On that note, final thoughts, guys.
Final thoughts. I'm gonna miss the show. That's the biggest thing. I'm gonna miss the show, but I am looking forward to the projects that we've got coming up in the future. Unfortunately, those projects are not going to have nearly as much booze in them. But
the prep will.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We're still drinking. I'm telling you that for sure. Yeah.
For me, I will miss the show. I won't miss driving to your house every single week, Tim.
Not my fault. You moved across town.
Yeah, that's true. I've moved out of town now.
I know.
I sadly have moved closer to Mike, or will be moving closer to Mike.
That's right.
Yeah. So no, it's I think I'll definitely miss the show, but I do as well. I look forward to the new things that we're planning and doing, and taking on different roles and doing something different. I think we all need a creative outlet, but it's time for something new and different, and
We'll get it done.
Yeah.
Don't cry for me,
Podcast
listeners.
It's true, I've never left you.
And on that note, listeners, we're going to say our goodbyes for the last time. I just want to thank each and every single one of you for bearing with us.
All
for this
5 of you.
weird.
No,
all
there's
5
more.
of you.
Yeah.
All
More.
6 of you for this wacky experiment
There you
that
go.
we had.
Lovely.
You know what? We really appreciate you. And I've said this before, I'll say it again. Even if no one was listening to the show,
We'd still do it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Just because at the end of the day, we're 3 guys drinking alcohol, playing radio.
Nice.
I mean, we're living out a childhood dream.
That's
Basically.
more or less what this is, yeah?
And it's all actually recorded out of a tub. So
Yeah.
I want to thank every single listener. I want to thank
Clothing
everyone.
Yeah.
I want to thank everyone who's ever come on the show. I want to thank.
All
I
the
don't
guests,
have.
yeah.
I don't think I've got all their names because I wasn't really
They've
planning
got-
on.
Oh, yeah.
reading
No,
it
this is
off,
totally
but-
improv. We do not have a list of guests.
No, we improvise this. You know, we'll post it. We'll
Yeah.
post the name of all the guests
For sure.
There's
you
been a
know,
lot of
we
them over the years.
We'll maybe post a few things as well. You know, there's been a lot. There's been a lot of people who've supported the show, guests, listeners, people with their content, and I just want to say thank you. And I want to say thank you, both of you, to Mike and Josh, because again, you've been my brothers in arms in all this.
There you
It's
go.
like I feel like I've gotten very close to you guys, and I'm really excited that we can move on to our next project.
For sure.
But for the last time, this is Tim.
This is Josh.
This is Mike.
We'll see you next time. That got heavy.
That did get heavy. This is where like Mozart's Black Mimosa is playing right now in the background, right? Like,
79 episodes, and you're still unclear what we do at the end. No kidding. Right?
If there's one thing I'm known for, it's consistency
There it
and
is.
not knowing what I'm
True.
consistent about.
That's right.
There's one thing you're consistent about, it's you.